As stated, you must wash the probe with deionized water and dry the probe gently. To do a 2-point calibration with the pH meter, you must start with stirring the probe in the neutral pH 7 buffer and wait for the volts to become constant. When this has occurred, repeat the washing, drying, and calibration step in the buffer specified. Here it is pH 4. Protons dissociate differently in a strong and weak acid. The strong acid completely dissociates into the proton in the remaining ion part of the beginning acid, making no equilibrium. In a weak acid, the acid enters equilibrium with the hydronium cation plus an anion conjugate base because there is not complete dissociation of the acid, thus leaving weak acid in the solution with water. To minimize this effect, one can add buffer to the solution. When finding the pH of an unknown acid, you must follow the normal steps as we did in calibration, with washing with deionized water, drying, and finding the pH with the pH meter by stirring the probe in the unknown acid solution. When finding the pH of the acetic acid solution, one must do the same steps with washing, drying, and inputting the probe into the acetic acid solution while stirring until the pH becomes constant on the pH meter. Do not forget to wash and dry the probe of the pH meter in between each solution. Make sure to keep it wet by keeping it in a beaker of deionized water after it has been cleaned. Solids and pure liquids are not shown in the equilibrium expression because they have fixed concentrations, seen as their densities. Therefore, they are not a variable change. The most common example of this is water.